Nityananda Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Jerusalem ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalem ikayalami ilonoloze uhambe.
Krishna, Krishna, Gauranga. Krishna, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Okay, we'll chant some japa here together. Put your mics on. Let the world hear. Unless you're on the job.
Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna.
We're in the hospital.
We don't have a job. This is not a job at all.
Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare. Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama.
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hmm.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna
Hari, 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 Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna, Hari, Hari, Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari, Krishna, Hari,
Krishna
Hari,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama,
Hari,
Rama Rama
Hari,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Rama Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Shri
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya,
Jesus Shri Prabhupada Shri Prabhupada Jesus
Jesus, Jesus,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama Rama Hare
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama, Rama
Jai
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Shri 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 Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri
Jai
Krishna
Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai
Jai
Jaya
Nityananda,
Jai Shri
Shri Advaita Chandra,
Jaya Gaura
Bhakta
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri
Jaya
Krishna
Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda,
Nityananda
Jaya
Jaya
Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Everybody needs a home, don't they? Everybody needs shelter. Yeah. That's for our bodies, right? Our bodies and our minds need actually a physical shelter. Okay? And the mind needs a shelter too. Yeah. And so does the spirit body. See, the spirit body needs a shelter. This is very important, isn't it? I never thought of this way. It's amazing what thoughts come to your mind when you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The spirit body needs a shelter too. See, especially once it starts to awaken. That's why you don't want to go out into the rain, when the rain of Maya, when you start to awaken your spiritual body, right, Tom? You want to stay under the shelter for the spiritual body. What is that? Oh, the absolute truth, man. Govardhan Hill. See? Conclusive understanding of the absolute truth. What is real. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, everything. People trying to counteract the miseries. It's always from time immemorial. Everybody's trying to counteract the miseries of material existence in some other way, instead of the way that works forever. See, so that's what. See, so and even now, people are trying to counteract the miseries of the material existence that's happening now from Klaus Schwab and all these leaders who are doubling down now on the miseries. So, and they're trying to counteract it in some other way. But we have a novel way. This is the new way. This is the new world. See, the new world. We're living in a new world, right? We have a new shelter. Everybody needs a shelter. Before it was physical shelters. But you see what's happening now. People want to destroy your shelters. Our leaders are failing us. They failed us. They're destroying our shelters. And don't be surprised if they didn't create that earthquake in Turkey. Don't be surprised. They got the technology to make tsunamis and earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes. Yes, yes. So the Lord, actually, this is an opportunity. How many you usually get like 3 chances, to do something. I give you a chance one to figure it out, right? This is the last chance for humanity, really. Basically you want to counteract these miseries of the material existence, and they're doubled down, tripled down now, and more. It's just the beginning. This is the beginning. You want to counteract this? Is anybody tired of trying to counteract it by trying to fight the situation, to fight the technology that is so far advanced and leveraged against humanity? And these lazy mode of goodness people just been enjoying life, just like in the Bhagavatam. They've been letting it all go by, letting it go by. They should have started their action a long time ago, but they didn't. See? So this is what you see. Krishna, he liberated these kings. They were in jail, just like we're being put in jail, more or less. Our bodies, not the minds of devotees, but the bodies. Maybe they could put that in jail or whatever they do. So they put the kings in jail, and then Krishna finally liberated them. See, Krishna's liberating us, right? We know the process, we know the path, we know the way. Yeah. We follow it and it works. See, it counteracts, man. It's the medicine. Oh, medicine man, a new hat. How many hats does Krishna give me here? Every day, fireman, medicine man. And you all become like that too. Yeah, like father, like daughters and sons, You wear many hats. Krishna, hey man, the workers are few. What are you going to do? Harvest plentiful, workers are few. You got to do various jobs. All the jobs Lord Caitanya farmed out to his devotees. He had a lot of them there. He could feel, okay, you do this, you do this. If he gets 1 or 2 people or 3 or 4, like we get like 10, 20, 30, who knows, man? We've got to wear a lot of different hats to accomplish his mission. See, not our mission, his mission. See, everybody's trying to counteract the misery. Oh yeah, just find out what your mission, your big false ego mission, man. You know, something that you desire because you're like God. You know, it's all basically comes down to that, imitating the Lord. Why don't we just get with the Lord's mission, right? Let's just get on board with his mission is fantastic. There's no better mission than that. You know what the mission is? Two things. Be happy. Chant and be happy, man, like him. You know, relish the holy name, see, and liberate the world by making them happy too, engaging in the perfect process for deliverance. Oh, isn't that funny? I was thinking of that chapter here. Yeah, chapter 20. Okay, let's take a look over there. Database. Chapter 20. Lord Caitanya said, just know, Swarab Damodar, Ramananda. Just know. Just know. I'm finding it. In great jubilation, chapter 20 and 20 and the last chapter. This is the final word, man. We always I just love the final chapters, man. You know, Lord Caitanya and Krishna, they just cut right to the chase. Surrender unto me and abandon all varieties of religion. Because chapter 18, the last chapter, gets right to the point, man. And it gets right to the point in chapter 20 in the Anjalila, the last Leela of the book. Ramananda, Swarab Damodar, just know from me, in this age of Kali, the process of worshiping Krishna. Oh, wait. In great jubilation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my dear Swarab Damodar and Ramananda Roy, know from me. See, know from the Lord. See, the Supreme Personality of God. When he speaks, listen. Right? If you have sufficient intelligence, you'll listen to his word and not the words of the speculators. You know who's a speculator? Everybody who doesn't chant the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. You're a natural speculator. That's the essence. That's why devotees, you listen to devotees, right? I only really listen. I really hear from those who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. That's my Guru, Dave. And if I could just find him in the Shastras, because I was looking for some physical evidence, and they're all no-shows, every friggin' one of them. And they couldn't even say, well, you know, we really have it, and we don't show it. But, you know, you couldn't even see any fruit of it anywhere. So I had to go to the books where the people in bygone times were chanting in ecstasy, and then find out how rare it is. If you're lucky to find one in the whole world, it seems. You guy went to Mayapur. Lalita went to Mayapur. She knows there's not that many people. They're all Vaidhi Bhaktas in the name of Raganuga. She found 0. Bhakti Vinod also, he just found 2. You know, Jagannath Babaji, who's in our line, and Gokashur Das Babaji, who's in our line. Isn't that funny? And Bhakti Siddhanta, who's in our line, his son. How rare this is! And we got a monopoly. So come. You know, don't be envious. Just come here and play Monopoly with us. You can be part of the Monopoly. And then it becomes the whole world is in the Monopoly game. See, the Sankirtan game, Lord Chaitanya's game, to deliver the world. Easy peasy. See, just know from me. See, me, the big me, God, the Lord who came here 550 years ago to teach the perfect path. Chanting the holy names is the most feasible means of salvation in this age of Kali. Feasible, like practical. And everybody is doing something else practically, right? Some other way. See, most feasible way of salvation is chanting God's name, because that name is transcendental. It's not a material vibration. That's why that's only salvation. See, the Lord is saying, yeah, salvation. That's not pure devotional service yet. That's what many devotees might get salvation out there. See? Well, why? You can't get Vrindavan. You know why? Because you got to come through the book. The book is the map, man. You got to follow the map. But that's why there's the devotee Bhagavat and the book Bhagavat. The devotee Bhagavat explains the path as it is, so you can go through that narrow corridor, which is precise, into the kingdom of Vrindavan. Otherwise, the best you'll probably do is liberation, salvation, like the Christians. See, Christians, their salvation mainly, even with their ecstasy, you know why? Because they speculate. They think there's only one God, and then they speculate, mix everything, to be big mystic yogis and all this stuff, and they want to be powerful healers and all kinds of stuff, man. Mixed in with whatever little ecstasy they may have. See, pure devotional service is precise, and we have the path, man. The Lord brought it 550 years ago. It's still intact. See, and people still speculating on now. Why they're teaching what? Like, yes, by renunciation you'll attain Krishna. Yeah, by austerities you'll attain Krishna. You're right, Narayan Raj, and all these gurus, all of them teach that. Every one of them, Radhakund Babaji's, all teach the same thing, the opposite of what Lord Caitanya taught. And that's just the truth, man. You don't believe me? Go look at their actions and activities. Vaidhi Bhakti, man. Austerities, renunciate, fasting, big time, rules. Ooh, we're getting physical, man. Rules. And what did Lord Caitanya said? Easy peasy, man. It's not by austerity. See, I'm just quoting people. I get a bad rap. Oh, you're apasampradaya. You're against. I just preach the truth, and they call me apasampradaya. I think it's reversed, personally, because I quote the verse as it is. You listen, the whole world. You guys are preaching the opposite. Listen, for God's sake, and yours. Not by austerity. This is right from the. You put it up there, Johan, if you're around. Not by austerity. Lord Caitanya quoted this numerous times. Not by austerity. Krishna quoted it. Not by austerities. Not by regulative devotional service. Not by rules and regulations. Not by mantra yoga. Not by pious deeds. Not by renunciations. Do you attain Vrindavan? It's through devotees like you see here who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. Why is it not clear? Huh? Why do I have to yell so much? Roar like a lion. They got earwax or something there, Lalita? What's going on with their ears? Why can't they hear the simple truth? Am I speculating or are they speculating? Do you see why it says a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others? Mine opinion differs from all those Radhakund Babajis, all the Narayan Raj group, all ISKCON, all Gaudiya Math, every one of them, except their opinion in the book as it is, right? Isn't it funny? If I make this clear to all of those guys, they can get into the kingdom of God. We'll get their fat or skinny butts in there. But we don't prove every day that we chant the holy name with great ecstatic bhakti? Well, you don't see it. And they don't. You never see it. You see it. You show me one person. Have you ever seen a Radhanath chanting ecstasy? Have you ever? Or is it just the motions? With the hands up, looking like Lord Caitanya. I mean, just be honest. What are they? Going jumping up and down. Anybody can jump up and down. Just doing the step. Wow, choreographed step. Everybody can do that. But what's inside, man? Is there passion for the love of God pouring tears out of your eyes like Lord Chaitanya and his real followers? You got to find a real follower. And if you do, you found gold, man. You found better than gold. Your golden opportunity is to find a real follower, Lord Caitanya, who tears squirt out of their eyes like he did and Nityananda did. And their real followers did 550 years. You found gold, man. You struck gold. They're very rare. Usually they keep to themselves unless they get the order like we did, like Nityananda did, like Advaita did. The same order came. Isn't that funny? That's why it works here. We're blessed, man. We're blissed. We're blissed and blessed. What can you do? Prabhupada trained them as Vaidhi Bhaktas. What we can do is, you know, when you got a structure that's like a stone, like all these devotees practically, stone hearts, right? What do you do with a stone if you want to, you gotta take a hammer, you know, we got Thor's hammer. It's called the truth, man. And we just smack those stone hearts until the rocks break. Everything, crush them to powder. What do you think? Vishnu has a club. Balaram has a club. And Gaur Haridas has a club. What do we use these things for? Is it just, it's just a nice club. Just the Lord likes to, you know, it's just a nice picture, right? Oh, look at the nice club there. Yeah. We have no idea what the club is for. We have no idea. Yes, it's all stories. We just read. We're like children. We just hear a nice story and put the book back on the shelf and think, wow, we worship these books. And then we read the books and we speculate on everything and create, you know, things that don't really exist in the book. Oh, actually, we're Gurudevs. Look at this. We have no ecstatic devotion, but we're deliverers of the universe. Oh, wow. Let us convince everyone. We'll speculate on the book on Guru Tattva and tell everybody, please worship us because we're bona fide, right? Ah, no problem. They'll believe us. They're beginners and neophytes, and you know. So anybody ready for this? Anybody ready for the truth to be set free? The as it is clear truth. You know, anybody? Huh? We're here. You ready for it? You really want to know Krishna more deep? Or are you good with superficial? I mean, you know, you can have that. You find, just go put the flowers on the deities and go up there and offer, you know, and then put in your dues and go to the Sunday feast. And then, you know, that way maybe you'll be saved from hell. You know, you don't want to go to hell, of course, right? That's why you're really worshiping the Lord, because you don't want to go to hell. I mean, you don't have transcendental taste that makes tears pour out of your eyes and laughing like madmen and women, of course. I mean, that's the motivation for those who are like Lord Shiva and liberated souls. You have to have some motivation to worship Krishna. It certainly ain't that, because you don't even like that we do it, right there, Lalita? They don't like that we do it. So you have to have some motivation to worship Krishna. Maybe just follow lots of rules. See, that's the Vaidhi Bhakti path. This is the spontaneous. This is Raghunuga Bhakti. So one devotee said, how do you justify Prabhupada's strict following rules that he taught and your path? I said, well, because there's in the books that he wrote, there are two systems. One is Vaidhi Bhakti, which is you're inspired to follow, to serve Krishna, to worship Krishna because of the rules and regulations and ceremonies. Now, why do most devotees, I did a thing about this, important. Why do most persons gravitate to the Vaidhi path when the scriptures are glorifying what we're doing? Glorifying this kind of worship as topmost, the best of the best. They glorify Vrindavan as topmost, the best of the best. But most people are doing that. Why are they attracted to that? See? Because one is for those who are attracted to the spiritual body, because this is the shelter for the spiritual body, is the awakened love for God, the prema, the devotion. See? And the shelter, they don't know that shelter. They don't know they need that shelter. And therefore, they don't even understand that kind of a shelter. Therefore, they see, oh, I can worship God. And this is how you do it. You follow the rules and regulations. So that's the Lord's mercy upon the beginners. Usually, many of us begin our journey there. You don't have to, but many people do. And good fortune for them is when they realize there's an end to that. It just takes you so far. And I mean, because what is the meaning of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, for God's sakes? The Gaudiya Sampradaya is Vrindavan. The end goal, the end game of this is Vrindavan. It's not to be a regulative devotee. I mean, you just have the shelter, because that's still just the shelter of the physical body. You don't even know you have a spiritual body. That's why Jesus said, you must be born again to enter the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is this close, intimate relationship with God. Therefore, when you're in the kingdom of God, you could be in the material universe, in the spiritual universe. You never lose it. That's why we make ecstatic devotees, and you become real teachers of the spirit that practically nobody understands. You become awakeners of those spirits in people that has been dormant. Didn't Lord Caitanya, he went to South India, and this was his preaching, like you see here, chanting in ecstasy with the tears and everything. And then people became curious, like you guys. And then he started to preach to them these kinds of principles, how to quickly awaken bhakti and all this. And they got the potency because their word went in and purified them. And they started to get the bhakti lata bij, the attachment to worship Krishna through attachment to the transcendental form of Krishna, to the name. See, it developed, they became spiritual teachers, and then it matured more and they became spiritual masters. So what's the problem? We're not teaching that? Of course we are. Even my students, you're following in that process. You're becoming teachers and then spiritual masters. It's the way the Lord did it. This is the kingdom of God. This is the finishing work to all the acharyas since Bhakti Vinod started to popularize Vaishnavism again. The worship of God through even though he was so an ecstatic devotee, but he was very private about it. That's why another thing I said, one devotee was doing this on the job. I mean, come on, man. Watch out. You don't want to do this in front of people that can put you, they have power over your body. They can call the police. They call the section group, what do they call that? The funny farm, the crazy house, and they come in and they just grab you and inject you and then take you off. So you got to be smart. Hey, if you have a situation like me, hey, it's okay, man. I can do what I want. Got a nice apartment at the end. Nobody hears me. I can, you got to use your intelligence. Yeah. One guy he was ecstatic, at work, this is one guy, ecstatic at work. And then all his, and I say this because this could happen. They all look at it. What's this is weird. I think we should call the mental hospital and collect the guy. See, this is another level of consciousness here. See, this is unknown by most of the world. So you got to be smart. I mean, I can go down the street, nobody, they think, oh, he's just nice, smile, and it's like entertainment for them. They have no jurisdiction over anything. They can't say anything. Or I can do it in my room, I'm alone, But if you have a job and stuff like that, and family members also, they also could, cause problems. Look at Lord Caitanya. Yeah, she mentioned it. With Lord Caitanya, he started to exhibit the symptoms, and even his mother thought he was a little crazy. And then she asked the villagers, which she shouldn't have done. Even when Srivas came and instructed the Lord and said, "No, these," because he was an ecstatic devotee, he understood the symptoms. So he said, "Those are ecstatic symptoms. These are very thing." And then he told his mother, "Don't be telling these villagers about this stuff. This is confidential." Because they all come in, they tell him, "Oh, kill him." They say, yeah, drown him. You got a bad son. Drown him. They would do shit like that, Oh, he's a bad son, not useful. Just kind of like the WEF for him, What do they want? Oh, they're useless eaters. Yeah, let's kill experiment on them. We can use some guinea pigs out there. That's all they just do. People, hey man, we're in Kali Yuga. Anything goes here. Watch out, man. What did Jesus tell his disciples? Be wise as serpents. See, wise as these, because he saw a lot of serpents, and most are serpents. Very hypocritical, lie, a lot of lies, cheating, deceptions, and harmless as doves. See? And that's devotees who are like that. They're wise as serpents. You should be getting this kind of intelligence. And if not, I'll help you from the outside. Yeah. So this is so in this age, so then the next sentence, in this age of Kali, the process of worshiping Krishna is to perform sacrifice by chanting the holy name of the Lord. One who does so is certainly very intelligent and attains the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. See, and now the next verse, this all is tied together. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. See, these three verses are so tied together. See, so the Lord says, okay, this is how you do it. This is the most feasible way to gain salvation. And then he goes to the next verse. One should chant the holy name. So, and that means alone also. See, when you're on your own, chant the holy name. And then also in the society of devotees. Now, ideally, that's with ecstatic devotees because it speeds up everything. You still, hasn't it done that for you? I mean, River was going to these Namhatas and she only really became ecstatic when she came here, right? So it sped up things. There, she can go and see her friends and they're still more or less in the same place. They don't move very fast. That's why they would be quite surprised if they saw you. They would notice there's some difference. Same thing, Lalita. And same thing with Tom and anybody coming, especially Johan, right? Look at Janaki. Big changes, revolution in their lives. See, so congregational chanting ideally. So when you've done that around the more, the choreographed things where there's not a lot inside, there's maybe some little drop in there. See, you want a flood? You come here. You get a flood of the ecstasy and the tears. You ready for the flood? Are you going to wait for the flood of draconian, stuff coming down the pipe over there? It's a flood of that, man. They're going to flood the world with all that. They're already doing it. Flood robots taking over. Why do you think they're depopulating? People can't click the boxes. They can't see all the dots. Why do I see all the dots connected there and more than anybody else usually? Why is this that I see? Yeah. That, why they did that? Depopulation. Why? Because they got robots to take over your job. To do everything, Brad. The robots can do it better and cheaper. And what are we for people in the world? Well, the demon, what did Prabhupada said? The Rakshasas are in charge of ruling the world, managing the world. Well, what do Rakshasas do? What do they think of people? Just cattle. This is why I don't see any other option but what Lord Caitanya taught and what we do. We act here. This is congregational chanting the holy name. We are also chanting, at least I do, I chant alone. I chant in congregation. I know this is the most feasible way for salvation and more, much more. Pure devotional service. Serving God in intimacy and ecstasy, not just salvation. The Lord knew not everybody would, he said, the Lord was like Prabhupada, very similar. Prabhupada said, if I could just get them to chant Hare Krishna and to associate with devotees, the devotees, and not eat meat, they'll get a human birth. See, Lord Caitanya was also, if I can just get them because what he was bringing is what we're bringing, the same kind of, it's so difficult for people to understand. He was bringing that, and we're bringing it also on the order, his order. And he said, well, if I can just get people, because the student community, just like now, the Vaidhi Bhaktas, they were, he said, even though they fought, he said this, and we can look also here now. That's how I learn. I look in the book and I look at people's symptoms now. He said, even though they follow the student community, the Vaishnavas follow the rules and regulations of worshiping Krishna, they're blasphemers and critics of the real Krishna. They need to know this. This is why they're not ecstatic. There's this poison still coming out of them. It was like Jarasandha. Jarasandha followed the rule. He was worshiping Vishnu, which everybody is. You're just worshiping Vishnu if that's your symptoms. If you're just regulated devotee and everything, you think you're worshiping Krishna? No, you're worshiping Vishnu. That's that form, mode of goodness. You follow the regulative path and all that stuff and Varnashram Dharma. You're worshiping Vishnu, not Krishna. Krishna is worshipped in ecstasy, isn't he? Isn't he a Vrindavan personality? Aren't his real devotees there? Do you want to be a real devotee or just a devotee in name? Yeah, I'm worshiping Krishna. I don't have any real bhav and ecstasy of the devotees in Vrindavan, but I'm worshiping Krishna. You want to be one of those? That's hypocrisy. You want to get over hypocrisy? Come here. We'll get you over very quickly. We'll get you where you're congruent with the worship in Vrindavan, ecstasy, tears, choking, man, jumping all over the place in ecstasy, uncontainable ecstasy, because you're so close to the most ecstatic personality in all of the universes. What a madman Gaur Hari Das is today. See, you're also mad people because you accept my words as truth. You think these if they heard this, the blasphemy would come up. Gaur Hari, blah, 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 right? Of course, we know that. Does Gaur Hari shut up? No, I follow the order of Prabhupada. We don't believe it's the order. I don't care. You don't believe it. I know it's the order, right? And the blessing of Krishna. Krishna said that because of your guru. There's no guru. I don't care what you say because I take Jesus' words more seriously. I don't look for the praise of men. I look for the praise of God. you got to have some kind of praise, man, for your actions. So who do you want to impress? I'd rather impress God, by following these things than impressing millions of persons. This is Advaita. I'm here to teach Advaita's mood. There are all these congregational of Brahmins out there. They came to him. That's your gurus out there. To be honest with you, I was going to be a little bit lenient, but I don't know, man. I'm just in the mood, That's your gurus out there, man. They care more about pleasing their peers. You want gurus like that? How long? Is there any intelligent persons out there? You want gurus that are more concerned with the praise of their fellow members, and they're afraid to be excommunicated from their position if they say the wrong thing, which is not the party line. You want those persons to deliver you? The best they can do is to deliver you a pizza. That's it. Or do you want the ones that are like Advaitacharya, man? The Brahmins like them came up to him to test him, right? And said, well, if you don't get rid of Haridas, who was a real devotee with real devotion, kind of like what you see here, if you don't give up association with Haridas, he's just a Sudra. See, they've been thinking of caste. They couldn't see symptoms. That these were, it's like now, you look at caste, oh, Haridas, he doesn't wear. You look at clothing, you're looking for a clothesline. That's why you got a clothesline out there. That's it. Just hang your clothes out to dry. Just dry worship. You just, wash your clothes, dry them. That's it. We wet our clothes. That's why I have to have one of these. Otherwise, my shirt would get wet. And I don't want any snot all over my nice t-shirt. That wouldn't be very good, would it? I have to have one of these, see, two. Because Karuna, he says, why are you using one for, that and your eyes? That's gross. So I have two. Karuna's order. He catches the details. He likes a good show, make sure it's right. See, so this is the point, man. Fanny says, Hare Krishna. All right. What do we got here? Sim, the depopulation program is not because of the computers. That program, eugenics, is much older than the invention of computers.
Maybe he's answering on somebody because a lot of stuff has been talking here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I know it. I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's robots. It's just kind of how, it's just, the bottom line is, it's the Lord's Maya out there. It's all over the place. And in this world, like Prabhupada, he knew it. He saw the Rakshasas, the demons. They're managing the world. They're the managers. They're coming out, man. The politicians, you see, they're all together in this. It's like, it's always the same way that Maya works. If I want to know what's going on in this world, I look first into Srimad Bhagavatam, unto the significant times. This is a very significant time. I look at 10th canto and I say, okay, what did they do to get power? The demons get power over the demigods, who are really the ideal manager. Well, they're not ideal, but they're as best you're going to get managers of the universe. See, how can the demons take over? Well, it's all in there, like in 10th canto and Prahlad's thing. All these teachings are in there, how it's working and why it's working that way. So in 10th canto, the kings, the rulers of the demoniac kingdoms, see, there is also the good and the bad. See, that was the Mahabharata, the good guys and the bad guys. So, so the bad guys all got together and they teamed up and became very powerful. And the good guys, the demigod types, they were lazy. They were just, they got into enjoying the world. You know how they got into the comforts, just like now. They got into the comforts and all that stuff and became weak. They gave up austerities and stuff like that. See? So there wasn't enough, because you gain power by austerity. See, by doing follow. Do you want to be a Brahmin like this? You gain power by sacrifice in the mode of goodness. See, so the demigods had control because they're in the mode of goodness. They follow principles and rules of worship and stuff like that. It gives you some kind of power. See? Well, the demons also know the thing about austerity. Look at Hiranyakashipu. He became very powerful by austerities. See, you can use things for the good or the bad in the world, right? See, so he used austerity to take control of the world. The demigods also to take control of the world, but they do it for a little better purpose because they're in the mode of goodness. They like to do good deeds, help people. That's nice. That's nicer. It even brings tears to my eyes sometimes. There's people that are like that. One lady was on TikTok today, and it was surprised too, because she started out like she was crying. I said, "Oh, it's going to be another one of these, complaining sob stories. How the demons are, tormenting her." Yes, another one of those. But it was different because she says, "Well, I just can't believe this happened." And then she showed the video, because they videoed it, of somebody saw her TikTok thing and felt like, wow, this person's really doing wonderful things, and bought her a Mercedes-Benz, a new car. Because she mentioned she would love to have a car, but she couldn't afford it and everything. And so the dealer called her up and said, "We have something surprise for you. Come in to the dealership." And this guy bought you a car. I don't know. I was just moved by that. It's like something really good. See, again, I think of Krishna like now, and I think, yeah, that's it, man. You see, the Lord is like that. He comes here and he wants to give us the key to the cars we already have, keys to the spirit body. Here you go, man. Here are the keys. See, that's why you see the devotees become very grateful to Guru and Krishna here, don't they? He's given them the keys to their Maserati, their spiritual body. See? It's just like that. It's from the mode of, that's the mode of goodness, and this is pure goodness. The Lord's doing the thing. He's our benefactor, right? The Guru, the real Guru, is our benefactor. They give us both together at the same time. See, by the action of the super soul who's in your heart, and also the external manifestation, the bona fide spiritual master. See, they give you the keys to unlock your spiritual body. And you turn the key, get in your new car. Don't you have a new car there, Lalita? Isn't it nice, the new car you got, huh? Tell us about your new car that you drive.
He drives very good, Guru Maharaj. I can count on him. He's always ready. There is always gas. Always. I found a good source.
It's always ready when you're ready to take a spin.
He drives fast. It's very comfortable. It's warm inside. It never falls out. It's perfect. I have a good insurance.
Good insurance.
It's an eternal one.
Yeah.
I never need to exchange him for another one.
Yeah.
It's the best there is.
Yeah, it's like people, I try to get away from Krishna to watch these things, on TikTok and Facebook and all this. But everything I do, it reminds me of Krishna. Never get bored. And it's great preaching material, man. It's great for making bridges and stuff. You know how it... Oh boy, are people complaining now? Oh, Klaus Schwab, Trudeau, Gavin, Biden, it's destroying everything. That's what demons do. But that's part of the Lord's word. He wants to have a new world order. He's sick of it, man. I can tell. The Lord is sick of this same old, same old. He's sick of even, just mundane stuff. He wants something spiritual. We're on his team now. We're here to bring forth. See, thy will be done in Vrindavan on earth. It's time for that, man. He's finished with it. He let everybody, do whatever they wanted, right? Now we're going to here to do what he wants, and it's not like you're going to lose out. I've learned personally, we do what he wants. You're going to be more happy than you can ever be by doing what you want. See, as a matter of fact, the more we get purified, the more what you want is what he wants. What he wants is what you want. I mean, it's very close relationship, and now you're tuned in. Now you're a ray of Krishna in this world. Like the ray of Vishnu thing. That was Bhaktisiddhanta, the book, Ray of Vishnu. Well, we're here to make rays of Krishna, not just Vishnu. You see, Bhaktisiddhanta was teaching ray of Vishnu, rules, regulations, all that stuff. Yeah, we're here, rays of Krishna and Lord Caitanya in this world, man. Yeah, he's the spiritual master of the universe. We're teaching his principles now on the order of the parampara. No, Gar, you're not supposed to. Too bad for you. We're going to do it anyway. I want to please. I'm more interested in pleasing the Lord than pleasing a bunch of millions of neophytes, whippersnappers. Snapping at me. All you can do is snap at my heels. You can't get above the heels here, right? Even Lalita, you can't get above her high heels. You didn't know she's got spiked heels that she wears. They're under. Of course, the gopis are the most classy women of all, man. They are, You don't see their spiked heels until you feel it dig into your foul mouths out there. I watched this one movie. The ladies' heels became weapons, and literally they actually had knives coming out of the heels, man. Let's see here. Karuna notices everything. He doesn't miss a beat. What is this? Yeah. So you see how all the verses are tied together. They're for a purpose. It's interesting to see the connections like that. I'm actually noticing more of that, how the verses are connected. And have not just like one verse, but you connect them all together like one in a row. It's very interesting how that works. The authors were literally inspired by Krishna. Only genius can do stuff like that, write these things like these things. It's like Prabhupada's books, they're amazing,
Which verse are you reading now, Guru Maharaj?
I read, this is chapter 20 and the Anchalila verse 8, 9, and 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, simply by chanting the holy, now 11 is simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, one can be freed from all undesirable habits, and this is the means of awakening all good fortune and initiating the flow of love for Krishna. If you look again, when I see things that kind of like, this thing about habits, if you look at, so instead of habits, the word for word says destruction of undesirable things. See, so even because there are people, when I've seen, read of saints who had undesirable bad habits and stuff like this. Matter of fact, so it's not necessarily the habit; it's undesirable things. And if you come here, the first thing you're going to learn to get rid of is blasphemy, criticism of Vaishnavas and Guru. You know, is you've got if you want to be ecstatic, you got to get over that eventually. And I mean criticism of real Vaishnavas who have ecstasy. So everybody, if you can get over this, your way will be clear. All of our ways will be clear like this. We got to be very careful with that. Because see, real Vaishnavas have devotion regardless of their habits. They might have previous habits, that are just gradually, they'll get more and more refined. But the Lord gives them ecstasy, and then, you gotta see that they're of a different class now. So don't just treat them like like the ordinary. Oh, look at they're like those Joe Blow out there that has no ecstatic devotion. No, anybody coming here and surrendering to Guru, Krishna, and Vaishnavas, they might have some bad qualities and stuff like that. So take that in consideration. Don't think of them like the ordinary persons out there. And I say ordinary, you're ordinary until ecstasy begins to awaken in your heart. You're nothing special. You may be looked upon special by the world. Oh, look at this person. He's so renounced and everything. But that person doesn't mean much at all to the Lord, if anything. Because the Lord only looks at his devotees who have real bhakti. That's why they have to be sent here. Otherwise, he doesn't look at the world. He only comes. Why did the Lord come? 550 years ago, did he just come on his own? He sent his devotees. They called him, didn't he? Advaita is waving his hand. Krishna, come to the planet, please, please, please. Haridas, chanting in such great ecstasy, was calling the Lord. But the Lord came already internally, but he wanted to come because this was the time that he comes externally also, which is great for us, isn't it? Boy, well, look at us. We get all these passages, we get to know the Lord's nature. This is why they all wrote all these pastimes down for us to chant them and all, and teach about them, teach about these lessons. Yeah. So is it? How is it in Turkey? Is it good there?
It's very cold here as well, Guru Maharaj.
You look like you're colder than you look over in where you are. Yeah.
I have hot bottled water on my
God.
lap, just like in Belgium. It's very cold. The house is very cold, but and I had to stay in Istanbul a whole night. I couldn't sleep there because of the snow. My second plane was delayed. They didn't want to fly because of the snowstorm. So but for the rest, I slept yesterday during the day. So now I have it in Turkey. I will see how it is.
Yeah. Did you see it? Was there any earthquake damage there in Istanbul?
I heard it. I saw it at the airport. All kinds of television pictures, and it's terrible. But it's on the completely other side of the country because I checked it out before I came, of course.
Oh,
it's on the
yes.
east. East side,
Yeah, in Istanbul mainly. Istanbul.
No. In Istanbul is snowstorm. The earthquake is on the east of the country, and we are in the south. This here is in the south, so we don't have any problem with it. But Lord, deaths and damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, well that's good. Yeah. So is it snowing there where you're at?
Not here, but in Istanbul, everything was white when we were landing. Lots of snow. Not here.
Is that normal for Istanbul, or is that?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's normal.
very cold winters. Yeah, Istanbul, very
Oh,
cold winters. Yeah, but
interesting.
hot summers. It's a land climate.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So do you want to do your video?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, good. So we'll end this here now and watch Lalita.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's play the little song here.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say, a lot of people, they think this Kali Yuga is going to be a long, long time. I have the feeling it's don't think that, see, Lord Caitanya is different than other Kali Yugas. It appears to have been sped up. See, so things are sped up. These symptoms that we're reading now are usually really advanced. Somehow or other, things are sped up here now. And so we're going to see a lot of stuff in our lifetimes that are, like they're already coming to fruition now. That's supposed to come in the last part. This getting rid of people, the population. You think a lot of these things are symbols. You think they're actually Lord Krishna is going to come on a horse, and go around. It's symbolic. It's metaphors for the way the Lord works. It's just like Sodom and Gomorrah. The angels came and destroyed the Sodom. You think, the angels with white wings and everything. No, they destroyed it with fire and brimstone. That's demon stuff, demon angels. And they also work on behalf of the Lord. this is like the Ark of Noah for sure. Govardhan on a hill, is protecting us. So things are sped up. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's going to be this." Well, whatever, man. But anyway, it's so what? We got the ecstatic. We don't have to be sticklers for the. I can't say it's exactly this way, but I'm seeing symptoms. Even Jesus said, "The Lord has sped things up for the elect's sake." Those are elected, so they don't have to endure this so long. So So let's see. We'll see what happens on that end. But I can't imagine things lasting 432 more thousand years like the way things are going now. It just doesn't, you know. Already, there's so much of the populations have already. I mean, they've already done that. So many people are going to be checking out. Yeah. So anyway, there's a quickening. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, the main thing is our chanting and the shelter and all that stuff. These are all, it's kind of like if you get too much into that, it's kind of like people, they get into this thing. Did we come from the spiritual world and fell down here, or did we come from Mahavishnu? There's this big debate, over the Bhagavatam things. This is really, who cares really? I mean, it's like, we're here, let's get out, And we are out. Many of us are out already. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody.